So you ask them for something that is really extraordinary. So what can we ask such extraordinary thing? Sandipani's son, Sandipani Muni's son, was lost in the ocean, drowned in the ocean. So his wife said that when this boy, Krishna, came, since he came, I forgot the agony of losing my son. Now if I'll again be drowned in that agony of losing my son. So why don't you ask him to bring my son back? So Sandipani Muni said, okay. He went and said, I asked my wife, and she said that if you really want to give us some dakshina, I think that will be what she would like to have. Krishna Balaram said, okay. So they immediately went to Prabhash Tirtha on the ocean. And there he called the ocean god. My guru's son lost his life here, so bring him back. Ocean said, no, it's not me actually. It was Panchajanya, the demon who stays at the bottom of the ocean. He actually took that boy. So Krishna dove into the water, and seeing Krishna coming, Panchajanya attacked him. And with him also a terrible fight ensued. Then finally, Krishna killed that demon. The demon assumed the form of a conch shell. But Krishna saw that the boy is not there in the belly of the demon. So, where the boy could be, he must have gone to Jamalaya, Jamraj's abode. So Krishna went to Sanjamanipuri, the abode of Jamraj, and blew the conch shells of Panchajanya. Now he accepted this as his conch shell, Panchajanya. And he blew the conch shell. Jamraj came out immediately, offered obeisance. Oh my Lord, I am so fortunate that you have come to me. So he told everything, that how his son and Jamraj offered the son back to him. So Krishna, Balaram took the son and offered it to Sandipani Muni. So this is how Krishna gave his Guru Dakshina. Now, in the meantime, you remember who was Kamsa's wives? Jarasanda's daughters, Asti and Prapti. And now these two ladies went to their father and narrated everything that happened, how Krishna killed Kamsa. So hearing that, Jarasandha decided to take revenge. And he took a vow that I will make this world devoid of Jadus. Meaning I'll kill all the Jadus. I'll annihilate all the Jadus. And Jarasandha gathered 23 Akshohini soldiers. 23 Akshohini is a huge army consisting of elephants, chariots, cavaliers, foot soldiers. And So, one Akshohini roughly composes of about 650,000 soldiers. Like something like 65,000 elephants, 65,000 chariots, 65 multiplied by 4, but 3 and 5, I think. Like 3 times that is chariots and 5 times that is foot soldiers. Anyway, it's a huge army, 23 Akshohini. Can you imagine 65,000 multiplied by 23 elephants? 63,000 multiplied by 23 chariots. And anyway, huge army. They attacked Mathura. And Krishna and Balaram, Krishna didn't have, because they don't have any army left. Because the army was Kamsa's army. So most of them actually left when their boss died. So at that time, from Vaikuntha, Krishna's chariot and Balaram's chariot came. 2 chariots came, decorated with all kinds of weapons. So Krishna and Balaram got into that chariot and approached the army. The ladies from the palace top was looking, and they saw that as if the ocean covers an island during the high tide. Krishna and Balaram and the chariot couldn't be seen. So naturally they thought, oh, now they're lost. But then after a short while they saw their chariot emerged from that. And then their army in all 8 directions started to diminish, and Krishna and Balaram's fear started to increase, and ultimately the entire army was finished. That is how Krishna and Balaram, with a very little number of soldiers, defeated Jarasandha. 23 Akshohini. Everyone was annihilated excepting Jarasandha. Then Balaram was about to kill Jarasandha, finish him off. He actually did that. He pinned him on the ground and he was punching him as if to kill him. Because there's one thing with the warriors, that they just deal with the opponent in the same way. When the opponent doesn't have weapon, they also drop their weapons to deal with him. So, but then Krishna stopped Balaram. Don't kill him. Let him go. And in this way, Jarasandha, for 17 times, he attacked with 23 Akshohini soldiers each time. And each time Krishna and Balaram wiped them out. And each time they let Jarasandha go. The question arises, why didn't he finish him off? Why did he let him live and come again and attack one after another? The answer to that is, actually Jarasandha was Krishna's recruiting agent. Jarasandha was Krishna came to kill all the demons. So Jarasandha was gathering all the demons, recruiting all the demons, and bringing them to Krishna to be slaughtered. So this is how Jarasandha 17 times attacked, and 17 times Krishna wiped out his army. But when he came for the 18th time, they were facing another difficulty. Again, Narad Muni's arrangement. There's a very, very powerful Javana king called Kala Javana. So Kala Javana was extremely powerful and he defeated everyone. So when Narad Muni visited him, and he asked, who can I fight with? Like my hands and feet are itching for a fight. So who can I fight with? And that's like the Kshatriyas, they love to fight. Even though they may lose their lives, but they'll go and fight. So then Narad Muni told that actually your real match is Krishna. And he described Krishna. He gave him what Krishna looks like. So Kalajavana decided to attack. And at that time, Jarasandha also was going to attack. So Krishna consulted with Balaram what to do. Like, these two of them are coming to attack, and how are you going to face them from two ends? So anyway, let us, for the safety of the residents, Krishna decided to make some other arrangement. So he called Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma built a city in the middle of the ocean. In the middle of the ocean so that no one can cause trouble anymore. So it's like that ocean is going to be the protecting factor. So Vishwakarma immediately built a city. And overnight, that night only, Krishna transported all the residents of Mathura to Dwarka. In the morning when they woke up, they found they were situated in different palaces, and they could understand that these are their palaces. Maybe when they went out, they saw the nameplate also in front of the house. And then Kalajavana seized Mathura. And Krishna just walked out. And Kalajavana saw that this person actually fits according to the description of Narad Muni. So Kalajavana was waiting, and he saw that that person is coming without any weapon. So he also dropped his weapon. He thought that he'll deal with him hand in hand. And Krishna was coming to Kalajavana, and just as he came close to Kalajavana, he changed his direction and started to move forward in another direction. Kalajavana was waiting, and he saw Krishna is moving in another direction. He saw that coming so close, maybe seeing him, Krishna became afraid. And now he is taking a different, running away. So Krishna was actually walking. So Kalajavana just tried to catch him. Now Kalajavana is running full pelt, and Krishna is walking, and he can't catch him. It's just about one hand distance. I mean, he was thinking that, well, just one more step forward and I'll catch him. And in this way, Krishna kept on walking and walking. Kalajavana chasing him. And then they came to a mountain. And Krishna entered into a cave. And Kaljavana thought, oh, now he is afraid, he is hiding, trying to hide. So Kalajavana also went inside the cave, and in the dark, in semi-darkness, he saw one person lying down. And he thought it was Krishna. So he just kicked him. And that person woke up. And as he looked at Kalajavana, Kalajavana was burnt to ashes. Who is this? Muchukunda. Muchukunda was a great warrior. He was invited by the demigods to fight the demons on their behalf, to lead the demigods' army. And Muchukunda fought for many years. And then Kartikeya was born from Mahadev and Parvati, and he took the role of the general of the demigods. So the demigods told him, okay, now you can retire. Thanks a lot for helping us for so long. So please ask for a benediction. Muchukunda said that. He said, I'm so tired. All I want is to sleep. So, you let me have uninterrupted sleep. And if someone wakes me up untimely, then just by my glance, he'll be burnt to ashes. So Krishna knew that. That's why Krishna tricked Kalajavana to come into that cave and get burnt to ashes by Muchukunda's glance. There's another story behind that. This Kalajavana actually is the son of Gargamuni. Gargamuni was married to one of the Jadu daughters, Jadu princesses. And at one time, the Jadus insulted him, or he felt insulted by the Jadus. Now, as a Brahmana, he could not do anything. So he performed austerities to get a son who would deal with them. And that was Kalajavana. And Krishna actually had a condition, or the Jadus had a condition, that they wouldn't kill anyone from Gargamuni's family. So that's why Krishna himself didn't want to kill him. He got him killed by Muchukunda. So then Krishna went, and already Kalajavana, he came with 10 million soldiers. 10 million Javana soldiers. And now their spirit was broken. The leader is gone. And very easily Krishna wiped out Kalajavana's army. Now Jarasandha came and attacked. So when Jarasandha attacked, there Krishna and Balaram went to the battlefield, but then they ran away. So that's how Krishna actually got the name Ranchor, Ranchorji. So Ranchor Krishna, and actually for a Kshatriya, for a warrior, is the greatest disgrace, the worst disgrace, to run away from the battlefield. Now here, Jarasandha thought, well, by seeing my strength this time he actually came with a very powerful army. He had Shishupal, Dantavakra, Duryodhan, and all others. So Krishna this time did not annihilate, because they were not to be annihilated at that time. That's why Krishna tricked and ran away, as if he became afraid. And Jarasandha thought that because this time my army is so powerful, that's why Krishna ran away. And Krishna and Balaram ran, with Jarasandha and his army chasing them. And Krishna and Balaram came to Pravarsan mountain. And Jarasandha's army went looking for Krishna and Balaram, couldn't find them. So he decided to set the mountain in fire. And he thought that, okay, you're going to hide, okay, I'll burn the whole mountain, and along with the mountain, you will also get burnt to death. But Krishna and Balaram climbed up to the top of the mountain, and from there they jumped and landed in Dwarka. And Jarasandha thought, oh, now Krishna and Balaram are dead. So finally he thought that I won. So this is how Krishna played with Jarasandha. And we'll come to, okay, now maybe we can go to this aspect, how Jarasandha was killed. How many of you know how Jarasandha was born? Okay. Okay, so how many of you want to hear? There was a king called Vriddhakshatara, and he didn't have any son. So he was very heartbroken. Like in the Vedic culture, if the king doesn't have a son, they feel their life is gone to waste because there is no successor to the throne. So Vriddhakshatara was very, very sad, and he tried in so many ways, so many sages they approached, took their benediction, so much austerities they performed, but couldn't get a son. Then finally they came across one sage, and he approached him and asked, can you please... So the sage asked, so what do you want? He said, look, I have everything. All I want is a son. So he said, okay, he gave him a fruit, a mango, and said that you take this mango, give it to your wife, she'll become pregnant. She'll bear a child for you. So he had two wives, and he was equally disposed to both of them. So that's why he decided to cut the mango in half and give one half to each wife. So both of them got pregnant, and in course of time both of them gave birth, but they gave birth to one half of a body. And so the body, lifeless body. So thought that, okay, throw it away. So at night, a demoness called Jara, she was very happy to see the body of a newborn baby. And that is like a feast for her. And she was playing with that, such a nice dish for tonight. And playfully she put these two bodies together, two halves together. And immediately the child came to life and started to cry. So Jara felt, oh, it's actually a newborn baby. The king doesn't have any child, so let me give it to the king. So she took it and placed it in front of the king's room. In the morning when the king woke up, he found that the two halves have come to life as one. And the king eventually found out it is by the demon is called Jara who this child has come to life. So he named the child Jarasandha, one who joined the Jara, one who has been joined by Jara. So, and in course of time, Jarasandha became extremely powerful and he became the leader of all the demons. And Jarasandha was the leader of the demons and he was extremely powerful. So when Yudhishthir Maharaj was planning to perform Rajasuya Yajna, so consideration for Rajasuya Yajna is that all the kings have to be subservient. Either voluntarily they submit or they have to be defeated. Then only after conquering all the kings of the world, one can perform Rajasuya Yajna. So he was decided to hold the Rajasuya Yajna. Now they were considering with Krishna that, well, Duryodhana won't actually obstruct because he has his consideration that he won't get into an enmity with the Pandavas right now. The only impediment is Jarasandha. And if we can get Jarasandha out of our way, then all the other kings also will come and submit to us. Because those who are following Jarasandha, after Jarasandha can be killed, then they will follow us. And now how to kill Jarasandha? In a battle, it's impossible to kill Jarasandha. So Jarasandha can be killed only by hand-to-hand fight, in wrestling bout. So we have to somehow get him into this wrestling match. And Bhima is the real match for him. But Jarasandha, if we go and challenge like that, then he probably will not accept this challenge. He'll rather want that as a king, he fight with the army, not just. But Jarasandha was very respectful towards the Brahmanas. He never refused a Brahmana. Whatever Brahmana wanted, Jarasandha granted. So, the three of them dressed up like Brahmanas, Krishna, Arjun and Bhim, went to Jarasandha. Jarasandha was very respectful. What do you want? What do you want? We'll tell you at night. Please come at midnight to our room. Okay. So at midnight, Jarasandha came. What do you want? You see, this brother of mine is very fond of wrestling. And he wants to wrestle with you. Jarasandha said, fine, if you so want. Actually, when I saw you, I knew that you came with some agenda, to fulfill certain agenda. You didn't come as a friend, you came as an enemy. Because a friend comes from the front door, you came from the back door. Although you are pretending to be Brahmanas, from your shape we can see that you are Kshatriyas. So many marks are there of Kshatriyas. That you carry your bow that has that mark on your shoulder. And in this way Jarasandha actually gave all the reasons that he could already figure out. Who are you? I am Krishna, this is Arjun, this is Bhima. So please fight, accept any one of us to fight with. Jarasandha said, Krishna, I won't fight with you. You're a coward. So You are out of the list. Arjun is a kid. So I'm not going to fight with him. So is Bhima. So they went and they started to fight for 27 days. And no one could defeat anyone. Then finally, after a terrible fight for so long, they were like two wild elephants fighting with each other. Then at one point, Krishna took a blade of grass and split it. Now Bhima got the signal. So he caught Jarasandha, he placed his foot on Jarasandha's leg, and with the other hand he held onto the other leg of Jarasandha, and as he gave a tug, Jarasandha's body split into two. Jarasandha is dead. Now there is another thing that comes in this context actually. Since it came, I just want to mention also. But as soon as he left the body, again it came back together. And many times Bhima did that. But finally, Krishna actually gave the indication that don't put the body like this, put this back to back. So this is how, this time they couldn't, the body couldn't join. So this is how Jarasandha was killed. All these different individuals, those who came on the 18th time to fight against Krishna, Krishna was killed them in a specific way. Duryodhana had to be killed in a certain way because Bhim took a vow that he would kill Duryodhana. Krishna had to wait for Shishupal to reach his 100th offense to kill him. So this is how, and that's why Krishna this time didn't fight, because they were in the army. And Krishna arranged them to be killed in a very special way. Thank you very much. I was thinking of reading from the book also, especially Kamsa's killing. But anyway, it's already quite late, and I thought we'll give some time for question answers. So does anybody have any question answer? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, I hear in all these pastimes that in the spiritual world, Krishna's pastimes are going on eternally. So, how to understand that, if you could just explain kindly?
How to understand?
That these pastimes are going on eternally.
Not only in the spiritual world, even in the material world, Krishna's pastimes are going on eternally. And not only one pastime, all Krishna's pastimes are going on eternally. And Prabhupada actually mentions that, Srimad Bhagavatam. Just as sun's movement covers all 24 hours, right? At this point, sun is present in different places in different ways, right? Some place now sun is rising, isn't it? In some other place it is 9 o'clock. Some other place it's 10 o'clock and so forth, right? So similarly, Krishna's pastimes are going on in different universes all the time. In some universe, yes, Krishna is just born. In some universe, Krishna is killing Putana. Some universe, Krishna has been just taken by Trinavarta. Some universe means every universe has 14 planetary systems. Every universe has a Bhu-mandal. In Bhu-mandal, every Bhu-mandal, there is Mathura Mandal, Vrindavan, and Krishna's pastimes are continuously going there. And in the spiritual world, so now you can see even in the material world how Krishna's pastimes are going on simultaneously. So what to speak of the spiritual world? And the difference you can say in the spiritual world is that Krishna's pastimes are taking place according to Krishna's sweet will. And everyone is completely tuned into that. Right? Whatever Krishna wants is happening and everyone else is tuned into that. That's the difference in the material nature and spiritual world. In the material nature, time is in three aspects: past, present, and future. Right? And actually, present in this material world doesn't exist. It's a fleeting concept. Before you have said the P of the present, present is gone into past. The time is constantly floating from future to past through this time, through this fleeting concept of present. Whereas in the spiritual world, present is eternal. Present is eternal or constant. Why? Because every time there is tuned into Krishna's pastimes. And Krishna's pastimes are happening according to Krishna's sweet will by the divine arrangement of Yogamaya, and everyone is just tuned into Krishna's pastimes. They don't have any consideration of, future and past. They're just stuck into, they're completely absorbed in Krishna's pastimes, which is the eternal present. Make sense? Hare Krishna. Yes.
Krishna killed the dressman when he was not allowing Krishna to wear the dress. So, on that one level, it looks like that he was an innocent man, like he was just doing his duty to not allow king's clothes to give to somebody else. But it is just that he was not recognizing Krishna. That's why, he kind of disobeyed, or he did not fulfill the Krishna's desire.
Okay, don't ever go against Krishna.
Yeah, that was I mean to say that.
Yes.
He went against Krishna. That's why he
Yeah.
Right.
So, did you learn some lesson?
Yeah. No, that's what so whatever it is, if Krishna is there,
Yes.
then his desire needs to be filled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you're serving the king or whether you're serving a washerman,
It doesn't matter.
don't go against Krishna.
Right.
Yes, Aditya.
Gurunji, you mentioned yesterday that how in the spiritual world, Krishna does not as such leave. But here there is the entire pastime where Krishna is leaving. So my question is that mood of separation, that Vipralamba mood, is it unique to Bhauma Vrindavan? Or is it there in spiritual world as well?
Good point. Like at least from Brihad Bhagavatamritam, it appears that it is a concept that they carry. They do carry the concept that Kamsa is there and he may come and cause problem. The demons may come and cause problem. Similarly, they also have that feeling that Krishna may leave. And the thing is, they can't make out the difference between reality and dream. When they're meeting Krishna, they feel, oh, we are dreaming. I am dreaming. Yes.
And what about devotees in the spiritual world who are Nitya Siddhas, who have never come to this material world, who have always been there, and if they've never had an interaction with Krishna and the devotees and the demons here in this material world?
Yeah. Well, it's not that the Nityasiddhas cannot come. The Nityasiddhas may come. If Krishna, their feeling is, if Krishna wants, he'll do that. Like from these pastimes we can see, even Radharani, although initially she didn't want to come, but she came. If Radharani can come, what to speak of others, right? And that's one consideration. The other consideration is that they have that idea, they have the understanding. Oh, when Krishna was a child, he did that. They are seeing Krishna as fully youthful in his eternal form. But they have that feeling that, oh, when Krishna was a little boy, he did that. Now that little boy pastime didn't take place there, it took place there. But they have the recollection that yes, Krishna did this when he was a little boy. Krishna killed this demon. I mean, these recollections are vivid in their memory. Yes.
From what you were just saying now, like one thought came to me, one question. Like, so if Krishna is always in his eternal form and they're remembering, his childhood, but what about someone who's like completely in the mood of Vatsalya, they're completely in the parental mood? So where would they be serving Krishna as a child?
Yeah, those who are in the parental mood, as you were saying, like even when they meet Krishna as a fully youthful, that parental affection is there. Just like the father and mother feel about a grown-up child.
It's always their child.
It's always there,
Right.
this is a parental feeling. They may not treat him like a 5-year-old, but, that feeling is there that he is my son. And, yeah. Yes, Guru Gauranga.
I had a question regarding something similar to what Mother Krishna was saying. Sometimes we hear that devotees have to aspire to have love of God. And sometimes aspire.
Yeah.
But sometimes we hear that, we should be like Gopi Baba Padakamalayo Dasa Dasa Dasa. So this idea of dasa is totally different to, anything higher. So the devotee, when he's chanting and serving, he's aspiring to be das. So this love of God, does it awaken? And is there any endeavor on his part? Or is it something that develops? So that's the one question.
You see, the love, even as a servitorship, there is love, right? And the devotee's general mood is, I am a servant of Krishna. But then it is up to Krishna to decide what role he would let this devotee play. Right? A devotee doesn't think that I will go into Vatsalya or Madhurya. Like their mood is that I'm just a servant of the servant. But Krishna may allow that relationship. And it's entirely up to Krishna. And when it comes to that aspect, like Raganuga Bhakti, they don't think that I am such and such gopi in this kind of service. Rather, their mood is, I am the servant of such and such gopi. I am the servant of such and such friend. So, this is how the general mood is. And then, ultimately, it is how Jogomaya will arrange according to Krishna's desire.
So is it that in all circumstances, should the devotee always aspire to be in the servitorship mode?
But the thing is that when one is elevated to that in that position, then it's different. Like say for example, somebody is like he is say in the sadhaka stage. I mean, we are actually talking about the sadhaka devotees, right? So in a sadhaka stage, he thinks I am the servant of the servant of the servant. But then when he achieves a spiritual perfection, then he is taken to a certain situation, right? Like maybe he is situated as a friend in the group of Krishna's cowherd boys. So when he is there, then he just becomes absorbed in that role. That's the difference between the sadhaka stage and siddha stage. At a sadhaka stage, he is just, continuing to serve in order to receive the mercy. But when the mercy becomes manifest and he achieves his spiritual perfection, then he finds his role in that.
Thank you.
This is from the. Okay. Yeah. Some other question was there. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Maharaj, you had mentioned that Yashoda Mai gave birth to a daughter. But somewhere there's also an understanding that she gave birth to twins.
There is one understanding, yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, there is, I think it's coming from Jiva Goswami. He's saying that actually Mother Yashoda gave birth to a son and a daughter. When when Vasudev took Vasudev Krishna, and it was Mother Yashoda was tired after the labor, and she was fast asleep. Everyone was fast asleep in semi-darkness. When he placed the boy, then this Vasudev Krishna merged into Jasodanandan Krishna. And he picked up the cowherd boy. He picked up the daughter and brought him back. And the points that he is making is that Krishna is addressed as Jasodanandan Krishna, Nandanandan Krishna. So it is automatically indicating that he is the son of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj.
Is that the daughter is Subhadramai?
The daughter is?
Subhadramai?
No, this daughter is, she went from when Kamsa tried to kill her, she went and assumed her 8-armed Yogamaya form and chastised Kamsa. And she went to Vindhya mountain. And in Vindhya mountain, she is present in various Devi forms, like Durga and Tasabhuja, Annapurna, and so she is actually the Yogamaya's form. Subhadra also is Yogamaya, but Subhadra was no. This is not Subhadra. Subhadra is Vasudeva and Devaki's daughter. Like who was born after that pastime. Later in that pastime. Yes, Aditya.
Brahma, just you explained how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the one who revealed that Aradhya Bhagwan Vrajeshwar Tanaya, that Vasudeva Krishna is the supreme. So my question is so Bhagavatam was there before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we had previous acharyas like Ramacharya, Madhvacharya. So was their understanding not on this? Was it like Devaki Nandan Krishna is the supreme, or Like, why do we say that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has revealed this? Because Bhagavatam was there much before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Oh, okay. Revealed means, you see, the proof, what he is saying, it is said that the proof is Bhagavatam. Like from Bhagavatam, we get Mahaprabhu's statements are substantiated. Like, Ete changsha kala pungsha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So, if there is a concept that Krishna is an incarnation, that has been defeated, or that has been, over that, this understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not an incarnation. That has been established. Like Bhagavatam is saying that there are innumerable incarnations. But they are all parts and parcels. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is establishing that point. Aradha Bhagavan, Brajeshu Tanai. And this actually is further reiterated. That Brajeshu Tanai means this Supreme Personality of Godhead is not the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. He is the son of Nanda and Jashoda. So that is being established. And from that further we can get the thing. Yes, Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of God, Krishna of Vrindavan. His first expansion is Balaram. And then further expansion is the Chaturbhuja of Dwarka. So it is being established in this way. Shankarshana Karanotoy Shai Garbhodashai Chapayobdhishai Sheshascha Jashangsha Kala. Here it is being applied about Nityananda Prabhu, is none other than Balaram. So what is his identity? What is Nityananda Prabhu's identity is Balaram's identity. Shankarshan, Karanodakshai, Karanodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Kshirodakshai Vishnu and Ananta Shesha, Jasangsha Kala Visheshu, his parts and parcels. So that is Balaram. So this Balaram is Krishna's first expansion. Thank you. Yes.
Is the spiritual world a geographical location or is it a level of consciousness?
Now, first of all, the expression geographic, geo means earth. So obviously spiritual world is not earth related. And not only spiritual, even material world is also consciousness related. Can you think of the existence without consciousness? But I get your point. Although it is, consciousness is manifesting this reality, but it has certain specific geographic understanding, like 14 planetary systems. Now, if that is the consideration, like here we have specific, like they are constant. Universe has 14 planetary systems. Does the spiritual world is like that? The answer will be no. Spiritual world is entirely up to Krishna's sweet will. You want to hear how? One day Nanda Maharaj had Krishna on his lap, on his arms, and he was tending the cows. Right? Now all of a sudden there was a dark cloud indicating that there's going to be a storm. And he was quite in confused state, like what to do? Now I have the child and now I have to take these cows back. How am I going to do that? And at that time a beautiful young girl appeared. So he told this girl to hold the child. So and then he took the cows back to the barn. Now as soon as this Krishna got into this girl's arms, he could not maintain his few months old form. He assumed his 14-year-old form, a 15-year-old form. Because this girl was none other than Srimati Radharani. And this is how Radha and Krishna met for the first time. So Krishna wanted to have rasa dance. Immediately the midday turned into midnight. The moon appeared in the sky, right? And they had their rasa dance. All the gopis appeared. And now, do you see the difference? Midday becomes midnight. New moon becomes a moonlit night. And Radharani, who is born after Krishna, she appears as a 15-year-old young girl, right? That is spiritual world. Inconceivable. And that's what has been pointed out. Natangs torke na jojayet. The spiritual reality cannot be established by arguments and logic. Achinta kholu je bhava natangs torke na jojayet. It's achinta. Achinta means, and achinta, this concept of achinta is being described. Prakritibho parejastu tad achintasya lakshanam. It is beyond this material nature. That is the symptom of achinta. Yeah, go ahead. You are saying.
I was just saying that Lord Brahma also described the Vaikuntha planets. And at the same time, we saw spiritual activities taking place in this material world. So
that like Krishna comes and the arrangement is made, he comes with his dham, with his associates and performs his pastimes. His activities are taking place here, but they are not material activities, they are spiritual activities of Krishna. Because it is happening here doesn't mean that these are material activities. Prabhupada is giving the example. The embassy, the American embassy in India, in Delhi, is it America or India? It's America. So Krishna's pastimes in the material world is not material, it is extension of his activities from the spiritual sky. Okay?
One more question, Guru Maharaj. How did Vasudeva justify killing Yashoda's daughter instead of his son?
Killing?
Getting her killed.
Well, Krishna told him to do that. Right? Okay, Hare Krishna. You have a question? Oh yeah, right. Online question. How can those who never left Golok have recollection? Well, again, it cannot be understood by material consideration. In material nature, we get the knowledge by material experience, by sense perception. But the spiritual world, it is all happening by just being tuned up to Krishna's consciousness. Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means no independent, separate consciousness. It is everyone is tuned up to Krishna's consciousness. With limitation, sometime explanation, I think, yeah? Who wrote it? Explanation of Lord's pastime is exploration to enter, was that? Externality is beyond our conception. Please explain. I don't understand what you mean. With limitation, sometimes explanation of Lord's pastimes is exploration to internality is beyond our conception. Okay, if I understand what you said, then my answer will be just accept it as it is presented. Just accept it as the absolute truth. This is how Krishna acted. Don't question, well, how did Radharani appear at that time like that? Krishna can make anybody appear at any time. So, just accept it. Don't question. With the understanding that Krishna can do anything. Like the question naturally one will question, like those non-believers. Oh, how is it possible? Like Krishna was a little baby in Nanda Maharaja's arms, and now all of a sudden he becomes a 15-year-old boy. Like the thing that you have to understand, that Krishna is not like you and me. Krishna is Krishna. That's why he can do whatever he wants to do. What to speak of 15-year-old boy? If Krishna wants, he can become a fish. And instruct the entire Vedas. If Krishna wants, he can become half lion, half man. And with his nail, he can tear open the body, whose body couldn't even make a scratch. Even a thunderbolt couldn't make a scratch on his body. So powerful. And with his nails, he just tore him open. That's Krishna. If you want to believe, and if you don't want to believe, good luck. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.